journey where we talk about immigration experiences in our day to day lives here in Central Florida. This is going to be our weekly 2 p.m. Sunday live video, and I'm going to give you an update regarding the success with J1 Waiver to getting your green card. I have several questions that I get from our Facebook group, which is the J1 Waiver Helping Hands, and I am going to answer some of those here, hoping this will clear some of your questions in mind. And if you have other questions, you are welcome to give your comments on the description, and we will give time for you on that one. So let's dive in and let the journey begin. So, again, my name is Emery. Welcome to this Powerful Couple Journey YouTube channel. To start with, I am going to discuss one of these questions that was asked to me during our Zoom meeting with one of our dear teachers um, from Colorado, and we are going to talk about this question. Question is, are the forms I-612 and DS-3035 the same? The answer is yes. The difference between the two is this. The I-612 should be submitted with the USCIS, while the DS-3035 should be submitted to the Department of State, which means both has the same content. The difference is only where you should send them, especially they might have different service center. Now, what are the evidences you have to put on each of the forms? Granting you have your US citizen spouse, which I can vouch myself because I get married to a US citizen, then you can have your exceptional hardship through your US citizen spouse, which has some of strong compelling arguments when it comes to financial hardship, emotional hardship, physical hardship, medical hardship, language barrier, what else? Safety in your country, the crime, the poverty. Those are the arguments that you can put some evidences. If you would like to know what are the things I did, you can go to powerfulcouplejourney.com. That way, I can show to you some of the templates I have. That is very important why I got my J1 waiver through do-it-yourself process. I am also active in TikTok, Emmary Powell, active as well in my Facebook um, business page, Emmary and William Powell, and we share important information there. That way, we can give you some insights regarding the immigration process with J1 waiver. The other question that was asked to me is when to apply for the I-612 and DS-3035. The answer for this is whenever you are ready. Granting you are married to your US citizen spouse, that is one very important thing. Hello there for those who are watching. Thank you so much for being here. Hello from Texas. I'm from Florida. We're quite close when it comes to state proximity. So thank you for being here. Now, let's go back to the question. When is the best time to apply? Based on my experience, I applied my third year as a J1 teacher. This is a very crucial year and it shouldn't be done because there might be a chance that once your visa sponsor know that you are submitting your J1 waiver on your third year, they might not be able to extend your DS 2019 for 2 more years. That's why most immigration lawyers are recommending to submit this on your second year or fourth year as a J1 teacher. Why? On your second year, granting you're married to your US citizen spouse, is because the processing from the beginning to the end is most likely 2 years, and that is based on my experience and most of the J1 teachers who submitted their J1 waiver. The other thing is fourth year. That way you can buy time for 2 years. And it is very important to remain on status while you are processing your papers. I talked to an immigration lawyer, even though I don't have my immigration lawyer on my own that helped me process my papers, but I consulted with them, and this is like a paid monthly. So I did it with Legal Shield. You can do that, search that one online, and you can find some of the subscription that if you would like to have, because you can get ideas from them. And they said it is very important. Hello there for those who are watching. So it is very important to know that when it comes to your immigration process with a J1 waiver, it is not a game. You need to know your timeline, and you need to have a very strong, compelling case. That way, you will be successful in this one. Think of this: there are plenty of people already, most especially Filipinos, who got married to their US citizen spouse, even have US citizen child, and they are still denied with their waiver. Thus, they have to go back to the Philippines, fulfill the 2-year rule, and there is 2 years of gap of not seeing their spouse. And that is a very devastating thing, most especially if you are already having lots of commingling here in the United States of America. So think of your priority. Is it your relationship and you staying here in the US, or you just have to throw your white towel and say, okay, I'm going to fulfill the 2-year rule in the Philippines? It's really up to you. But this channel is really dedicated to help you remain here in the United States of America through getting a J1 waiver if you are a J1 visa holder with 212E rule. Now, the third question we have here is, what are the strong evidences for exceptional hardship? So let's just say you are already having that idea of getting an exceptional hardship, and that is based on your US citizen spouse. So, what are the strong, compelling evidences based on my experience? Again, all of the information I'm giving here to you is in our website, powerfulcouplejourney.com, and you can pick and choose templates, digital products that you can get and use that one in your own advantage. That way, you can have ideas on how to do it on your own. And soon, I'm going to be making a J1 waiver bundle wherein you're going to know what is the first step all the way to the last step. That way, you will have a guide. So for now, we're going to give you some of the information. That way, it will help you loosen that problem of not having that fighting spirit to have your J1 waiver, and hopefully you'll get approved in no time. The strong evidences we have are: grounds for exceptional hardship are financial hardship, psychological hardship, mental hardship, emotional hardship, employment hardship, language barrier, safety, poverty, crime in your home country. Now, why are these very important? Think of the totality of circumstances that you have in your situation. That way, you can overwhelm with your evidences the USCIS or the adjudicating officer that is handling your case. That way, they can see in all angles that you are really having an exceptional hardship that is more than the mere um, separation with your spouse. We have a lot of J1 teachers already with J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in the Facebook private group that I created more than a year ago. They are sharing their immigration lawyers. That way you can vouch as well. Who are the people that you can talk to or have a free consultation? That way they are now giving those information that they have a successful rate. Now, please make sure you know how much is the filing fee. That way, if you could feel like you can do it, then there's no need for you to pay $5,000 to $20,000 just to get a J1 waiver approved or process your J1 waiver without a guarantee. I'm telling you, when you talk to an immigration lawyer, they're not going to say that once you pay them and you process with them, there's a guarantee. They will always say there's no guarantee that you'll get your waiver. Thus, if you feel that you're compelled to do it yourself, then this is the time for you. And always speak with your spouse. That way you can strategize together. So the step-by-step process that I took is, again, look at here. I have a playlist in Powerful Couple Journey that is J1 to Greencard. Look at all those one. Play it in the background. That way you know what are the steps that I did. During my time, 2021, nobody is giving me any information about this. Now, this is my way of sharing my ideas to you. So first, file Form I-130. The Form I-130 is a petition for alien relative, and that is nothing to do with your waiver. The reason why we have our waiver is this. We have a 2-year home residency requirement, and the Philippine government, through the exchange visitor program in the Philippines, is no longer issuing an automatic no objection statement, or NOS, for those who are married to their U.S. citizen spouse or having their US born citizen child from a Filipino to a Filipino partner. Now, this is what is very crucial. If you are married to your US citizen spouse, you have a chance to file for your Form I-130. The next thing to do is either file your Form I-612, which is the waiver, to the USCIS, and or you can file the DS-3035 to the Department of State. These two go hand in hand together. Why? Because the Form I-612 is the final rule to let you know that you're going to get the green card. I mean, the waiver prior to getting the green card. Again, I-612, the SR35 go hand in hand. And I also have a case on hold with my Form I-612 after a year and I think 6 months of submitting it, because they are waiting for the opinion from the Department of State through the DS-3035. Now think of this. You wanted to get a favorable recommendation first with your DS-3035, then the DS-3035 will be sent to the USCIS, and the USCIS will give you an approval notice with your waiver. Then once you already filed your Form I-130, and then you have your approval, and you filed already your green card, which is the Form I-485, it is super easy to get a green card. And after that, after 3 years of getting married or getting your green card, you can transition to being a US citizen. So look at that chance of opportunities if you are married to your US citizen spouse. And here's the thing. With my case, my husband and I are both single prior to getting married. We have no strings attached, no divorce. So it's a very easy process. Not unless you have a divorce in the Philippines, and I'm not sure if divorce is recognized in the Philippines, which I think is not yet. And you can divorce your husband here, sure, or you can divorce your wife here in the US as a Filipino, yes. But the question is, do you think you're not gonna have problems when it comes to transitioning your passport soon in your last name with your spouse here in the US, your US citizen spouse? So think of that, because when I filed for my marriage through the Philippine Embassy for the change of marriage that I have, they are asking for my Senomar, which is Certificate of No Marriage, through the PSA, or the Philippine Statistics Authority. So that right there, you might have problems, not unless you're gonna have to patch that one with an immigration lawyer. So talk to an immigration lawyer first before doing your waiver. That way you know the step-by-step process, or else they might give you some free consultation about your own unique case. My case is different from yours, but you can use my template through powerfulcouplejourney.com. Those are digital products that we have. Those are templates that you can use in order for you to know what are the things to follow. Now, we are not making a lot of money in that one. It's just our way of sharing our ideas to you, and it is our way of giving those templates. That way, you know that there is one Filipina that is successful doing it DIY, from being a J1 teacher with 212E rule, now a green card holder. And I'll be very active in my YouTube channel every Sunday, 2 p.m., to give you live updates, as well as I'm going to do Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And I'm going to upload videos every Friday about some details that you can use. So those are the things that is um, important in this channel. So please leave a comment if you are watching, and if you feel like you wanted to have a private message with me, you can message through my email, or you can message me through Facebook with my messenger. I can give you a one-on-one chat as well for sharing of ideas through powerfulcouplejourney.com, and we can have Zoom meeting. So I already have a lot of J1 teacher friends. They have a Zoom meeting with me and my husband, and they also talk with my husband together with their US citizen spouse. And this is a nice interaction because they can really tell that we, together with my husband William, are very knowledgeable when it comes to our case, which we share our ideas to them. So, this is our way of giving you the insights when it comes to transitioning from a J1 with 212E rule to getting your green card. The other question that we have here is, like, for example, if you have a J2 dependent, do you think if an employer will employ you or give you a work permit, do you think that's possible? The answer is it's not certain. Why? The J1 himself or herself needs to get a waiver before the J2 can do a work permit for, like, let's just say an H1B. Because we know that the J1 can bring their J2 here to let them work, but they are still subject to the 212E rule, 2-year home residency requirement. But there are other certain cases where the J2 is the child and they got married to their US citizen spouse, and that is a different question right there that I cannot answer. But I know one immigration lawyer that was able to convince an IGA, or interested government agency, that way the J2 can stay here together with the spouse and the child because they got pregnant, they got married together, but the J1 still remains with 212E rule, home residency requirement. So it is all about loopholes. If you see a loophole when it comes to the immigration process, then you can use someone in your own advantage. Now, think of this one: the immigration is not your friend. They would like to hinder everything as much as possible. But if you overwhelm them with your evidences, let's just say you meet with the medical doctor of your spouse, they have exacerbated anxiety, they have PTSDs, they have met with their psychotherapist or forensic psychologist about their feeling of extreme anxiety because of the processes they have with the J1 waiver, then you can put that one, and the adjudicating officer has nothing to do with but say yes, because they see not just on your own evidences with your paper as husband and wife, but they also see um, other agencies that you met with that are already having their name there. It's like Dr. Smith, or um, psychotherapist, Dr. Silverman. So something like that. You need to find these people that could help you out. If you feel like there's a lot of things that you need to submit, well, think of this. Which is more important? To have agony of waiting for 2 years to get your J1 waiver, or to go back to the Philippines for 2 years and you don't even know if you can still go back here in the United States of America, or you still be with your partner. Because we know some Americans, they cannot stand LDR or long distance relationship. That's why It's very important to note that you, as a J1 teacher with 212E rule, has everything that you can do in your power in order for you to do so. So, there are things that I need you to remember: Form I-130, Form I-130A, Form I-612, DS-335, Advisory Opinion with the Department of State, Form I-863, I-693 rather, Form I-864, Form I-131, Form I-485, and they also have Form I-131. So there are a lot of forms that you need to know, and you need to have the timeline. At the same time, the processing fees, because last April 1, 2024, they are already having their increase when it comes to their um filing fees. So before, overall, with my payments with the forms, I think it only took us 2,790 plus all the paper forms and stuff like that. I think I spent more than $3,000. But now you have to think of other expenses that you have to file. And again, once you file your J1 waiver for this year, there's no going back to your home country, just like the Philippines, for 2 years. Sacrifice. Because after that, the green card, it's easy for you to go in and out of the country. In fact, we were going back to the Philippines this January 2025. That way, we could see our small business there in the Philippines at the same time. Meet and mingle with our family members there. And it's the first time with my husband to be in the Philippines. That's why I'm so excited to show him my home country, and he will have his first ever out of the country experience. And after that, we might do cruising, or we might do country to country flights. So it's really up to God's plan. We don't know, there's going to be a rapture any days from now, but still we have to prepare. We have to take our eyes up in the sky, pray all the time that everything we do should be according to the will of the Lord. And this is my way of sharing my ideas to you, because this is my advocacy of sharing our experiences with the immigration from being a J1 teacher with 212E rule, now a green card holder. This is Emmary. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey, where we share about immigration experiences and our day-to-day lives here in the US. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to visit powerfulcouplejourney.com for J1 waiver templates. That way you know the monthly budget, cover letters, statement of reasons, and other things like psychological evaluation, medical certificates, cover letters, which I mentioned already, letters from friends and family that are very important. So those are the things that you can have and you can avail. And don't forget, Powerful Couple Journey, please support our channel. Also, J1 Waiver Helping Hands group with our private Facebook group. Just agree to group rules and I will accept you immediately. So we already are 3,400 plus and we are helping each other. We have a separate group chat when it comes to interested government agency, which a lot of Filipinos there are sharing their ideas. There also have persecution waiver that we are sharing ideas as well. Those that are married to their U.S. citizen spouse, and those that have only U.S. citizen child. So an NOS as well. So there are 5 group chats that you can join and you can share ideas. If you would like to be a silent reader, yes, you can do that, because it's nice to learn from other people, from their own experiences. And here's the thing, they are paying for their lawyers. You are not paying for their lawyers. So you are getting their ideas and how they share their processes. And I myself can share my ideas to you through Powerful Couple Journey in this YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Stay wonderful. This is Emery. Have a blessed day.